Hello, I'm a horceror. I found out what makes every single killer tick. I need to know more. I've learned all there is to be learned from Killer 1 tricks, one for every single killer. So, I'm going to be talking to those that help shape our community for the better, going from your favorite creators to the people behind the scenes, and everyone in between. Welcome to Stars of the Fog. Alright, hello, and welcome back to another episode of Stars of the Fog. Today's episode is actually a little bit of a special one because the first interview that I ever did was actually with my guest here today, Puffalope.
Hey guys.
He's done a good bit of YouTube content here in the Dead by Daylight sphere. The Learning From the Best series is what I appeared on, and now, really, rather than trying to waffle around it, I'm going to let him introduce himself. So, who are you? What are you known for? And how'd you get into DbD?
Hey guys, it's Puff. I'm the LFP guy. I made Learning From the Best. That's probably what you know me for. And now I just kind of make DbD videos about whatever pops up in my head. Yeah, for both roles.
A little bit of variety on both sides then.
Yeah.
What's that like when you actually play DbD?
I mean, every time people ask me that, I say that I go through phases, right? There are phases where I'm just a hardcore killer main, and there are phases where I'm just a hardcore survivor main. But what people don't know is that I'm literally, like, the only thing that really weighs into the choice of role is whether I have a video idea for that certain role. I don't have, like, more fun in one of the roles. It's just whatever itches my creative needs at that time is what I'm playing.
And I would say that your ideas are usually like pretty unique. Like even when you're coming to me and asking like, hey, is this a good idea or is this a good thumbnail, etc. Like I think it's very cool kind of being behind the scenes personally and being part of that process. But how do you do the creative process? Like when you boot up DbD, what are you really looking to achieve? How do you figure out what you want to do with like a stream, or like how do we get from zero to a fully released video?
I don't like the word original for me. Like my videos are not very, I mean, they are unique, but they're not like groundbreaking, right? I still want to create something groundbreaking. I think the only groundbreaking and which was accidental thing that I've created was Learning From the Best. And even that was not an original idea. I'm sure I remember someone else asked me this question about Learning From the Best, and because Learning From the Best was kind of a fluke, right? I've explained that before. Juglet is my friend. He plays Oni, and I just decided to randomly do a stream where I would have my viewers teach me how to play their killers while I got the adepts. And then Juglet showed up, and I thought I had my viewers come in and stuff, but the one that I did with Juglet was so much better than with the viewers because Juglet is like camera trained, right? He knows how to speak, he knows how to teach, because he's a creator. I was like, wow, wouldn't it be funny if I did it with other content creators? And it was the biggest flop I've ever posted. It was back in the day, I think I had like 11,000 subscribers. When I posted the video, it was a 10 of 10 for a solid like 3 weeks. And I kept posting, and like for some ungodly reason, every single creator that I invited was like, yeah, sure, let's do it. Like pretty much everyone, like save a few exceptions. So like I struck lightning in the bottle there, and it's kind of hard to replicate, right? Mm-hmm. I think at the end of the day, I got lucky to be able to maintain the momentum after Learning From the Best. But for a while, I started hating the series because I felt like it defined me, right? Like every time people would talk about Puffalope, it would be about Learning From the Best. But I got really lucky to be able to branch out of that and keep most of the audience that I got from that. So very fortunate.
Yeah, of course. And no matter what, like even if people like tune to a specific episode because like, oh, I really want to watch Horceror for the Nemesis episode, I really want to watch like Juglet for the Oni, right? Like no matter what happens, you are still half of that discussion, and you are like at bare minimum at least half of like what's going through someone's mind when they're watching a video like that, because it's your channel, right? I still and when you're talking about a video not being original, like I'm not gonna say that like the idea of talking to someone that's excelling in their field is like an original concept, because you know humans talk to each other. That's how we give ideas out. Crazy. Wow. But like I still laugh every time when someone goes into any of my comments on a Stars of the Fog episode and is like, you stole this intro from Puffalope. Like I didn't literally ask you, hey man, I need help making an intro, would you mind?
Oh, is there, guys?
Like you literally asked me, because I was like a fucking It was wild, and I'm happy to again have also kept that momentum going forward, and now I'm here, and it's been really cool, I guess.
You've been doing great, honestly. Stars of the Fog is amazing. Like anytime anyone makes a series like this, like where they invite other content creators to teach them anything in DbD, it's a Puffalope copy from what I've seen. Juggler has had that happen before. Other people have done it, like the whole like get someone over to teach me things, and then in the comments, it's just every single time you're gonna find someone saying that it's a Puffalope copy, which I'm flattered by, guys. But I did not invent the art of teaching someone else or being taught by someone else, especially not in DbD. Okay, I just happened to be the most popular one.
I think that's so funny though every time. Speaking of like just starting a new series and like being worried it might stagnate or something, how about we go back to the very, very beginning of things with Dead by Daylight as a whole? When did you start playing the game, and like how did you get into it?
I think it's a funny story because I've told this sometimes in the stream. It's funny because this video feels like the official introduction of me. Like I'm talking about all the things that I've talked about before, but they've never been in like a video, like a conclusive video. So it's interesting to be able to talk about these things. But the way I got into DbD is because of Zubat. He's still a creator. He still posts videos. Back in the day, he posted compilations, which I think he still does.
He still does, yeah.
And I just randomly found one of his videos, and I thought it was so funny. He was playing a horror game, and the killer was chasing him, and he was having fun with it. Like it wasn't a scary experience. He was fucking around with the killer. And I thought that concept, which now us as like veteran players, we understand that, right? Like but like imagine like as an outsider, like think back to when you didn't play DbD, the concept of being chased by a killer in a horror game and having fun with it. Like that sounds weird. And so like I was intrigued by that, and I started playing because of that. It was back when Nemesis released. Yeah, it was literally when Nemesis released is when I started playing DbD. Whenever that was.
That's actually really serendipitous because that's the same year I came back to Dead by Daylight.
See? We're kindred spirits.
Not because of Nemesis, but like that was the time frame when I did it. Because I don't know, I watched a video. It's like, you should stream DbD. I'm like, all right, sure. And then here I am. I mean, I didn't make content for the longest time. Like I did like a few little shit post videos here and there, but like I think like my first big one was of course going to be the Ultimate Nemesis Guide, which is still trucking along today. And that actually was around the time that Learning from the Best happened. And I still gotta say, like that was a big deal for me when I was like a 500 sub YouTuber or something. Like it was very cool.
And it was all you too. You shot your shot. I remember that.
And now I'm the #1 Nemesis. Like time flies, you know?
The Nemesis guy.
The Nemesis guy. It's still like it's still crazy to me. And you know, and some people talk about Nemesis and they talk about like moving the tentacle from side to side, right? Like what do you call that?
I mean, I call it whip dragging. Is that a you thing?
Yeah, exactly. But like, I will go into a chat and it'll just be like let's just say I'll be in Otz's chat, right? And he'll be playing Nemesis or playing against the Nemesis, and a Nemesis does that tech, and they call it whip drag. They drag the whip. That's my like I coined that. Like it's in my guide. Like I
really,
yeah, because it used to just be like, oh, the lingering hitbox, you know. And but like I'm like I don't like that. Like they're dragging the whip, and then the whip drag, and then every time I see it, I'm like I did that. That's cool. It's like it's cool seeing like tangible impact that you have on the community like that.
You know what I've had people call it before? Like I played a Nemesis game, and I played against like a team of survivors, and they were surprised that I knew how to play with the whip, and they like complimented me in the end game. You know what they called it?
What?
The sausage tech.
There's no fucking way. That's crazy.
It was the sausage tech.
It was the sausage. Well, okay.
I mean, not to like take anything away from you, but I think that guy had the better idea. Okay, sausage that sounds much better than whip dragging in my opinion.
Yeah, that's fair. I might have to start using that one. I'll make that the official tech name. I love having experiences with the community like that because it's always just like I never know what I'm gonna get. And just in general, like how has your experience with the Dead by Daylight community been? And do you think like in comparison to when you started playing in 2021 and now, like how has the community really been changing over the years?
It would be hypocritical of me to say that my experience has been anything but positive, but that's coming from a content creator perspective, right? Because I'm sure people have a different experience with the community if they're just players, because DbD can be very toxic, just like any other game that is PvP. But I was made by other creators, and I'm in no like I don't have any delusions that I did it myself, right? Like yes, I did it myself. I came up with the the series and everything, but networking was really what got me anywhere. And if people were not so willing to take me in and accept to be in my video and stuff, I would not be anywhere near where I am today. So most, like 99% of people that I interacted with, content creators, were awesome. The community though, my community is awesome. I have no complaints, but oh my God, there's some people that get under my skin. And I feel like recently it's been happening more. I don't know if it's because I'm worrying more about things, but recently, like seeing the amount of people just like backseating, not backseating in the like, you should have played like this, just doubting everything that I've ever done in the game, right? Like saying, oh my God, bro, I thought you were better, you fell off. It doesn't bother me most of the time, but sometimes it does. And I hate that. Like it feels like recently it's been more of a thing. I don't know if it's because I got more popular or if people are just meaner nowadays, but it's been rough.
Be nice to Puff. For real. I mean, be nice to people in general, obviously. Like,
because again, this feels like my official intro card at this point.
Yeah.
People recently, and I've hesitated to talk about this in general because I don't want to make it seem like it's a bigger problem than it is, but people misunderstand me when I'm joking so often. I think I have a problem where like when I'm being ironic, I don't really sound ironic. So people have a hard time understanding it because I'm not obviously being ironic whenever I make a joke. Like, and then sometimes I'll say some stuff like, wow, this killer is so bad, when he did something that wasn't bad, and people will just get like immediately pissed off immediately. And it got to a point where there have been so many negative conversations started in my comment sections, like some guy saying, wow, here you were so egotistical, like you talked shit about the killer or anything, and it's like me getting unhooked and like running towards the killer and then saying, wow, he's tunneling me, he's so toxic. For me, it's so obvious that I'm doing that on purpose. It's so obvious. But then one person sees that, they comment. Some other people might not even have the full context. They go in, they like the comments, and then they reply, yes, this guy is so annoying. And then the conversation is started, and then they have that image of me that they bring to other spaces, right? And then whenever other people talk about me, you have people in the comments being like, yeah, no, he's so arrogant, he's so egotistical, he only complains the entire time. And it's so hard to control that because I don't want to like change the way I behave because it's just the way I am, but I also don't want people having this impression of me. And I guess it's the content creator problem, right? You can't control how people feel about you, and not everyone's gonna like you. But yeah,
you just have to put a big disclaimer on screen every time you say something that could even be construed like this is a joke. I think that'd be a pretty good bit. So that's just kind of more so the negative aspects of like any content creation community or Dead by Daylight in general. But like let's flip it on its head real quick. What about like the absolute positives of DbD? What do you enjoy the most about this game that's kept you coming back all these years?
It's funny because I have so many positive things to say about DbD, and that's not just because I recently got into the creator program. This is true. Okay, I'm not being paid.
I'm also in the creator program.
I'm not being fake here. DbD is one of a kind. Like you cannot scratch your DbD itch anywhere else. It's impossible. This whole like chasing or being chased, I'd say like killer is less so because like different killer abilities, you can get the same satisfaction from other games, but Survivor, being chased and expressing your skill on Survivor, there's nothing else. Like there's no other game that's ever been created that is capable of scratching that itch. Like DbD is just so unique, and like it's a skill that's not going to transfer over to anything. You just learn it, and it's this super gate-kept thing where like you have to put in 3,000 hours to be good at the game. Like there's a magic behind that when you are one of the few people that know how to do it, right? Like I know that it's rough for newer people trying to get into it, but the skill expression in this game is so fun to me. Maybe it's a hot take though, I don't know.
I don't think it's a hot take because every other like even attempted competitor for DbD has died, and there's never been one that's been like, let's take the same gameplay loop, because that would just be a straight up ripoff.
I think someone should do it though, like in the nicest way possible. DbD needs competition. DbD needs to feel the pressure of people having something else to play.
I think everything having competition is good for the consumer. Absolutely.
Yeah, and obviously everyone understands that. But I think DbD specifically, I'm not talking like Coca-Cola versus Pepsi. I'm talking DbD needs something, bro. It needs like, I'm tired of how this game is, so I'm just going to play this. I guess it is a Coca-Cola Pepsi situation. We need a Pepsi for DbD.
I like Pepsi.
We need it.
We have a bunch of things that we do like about Dead by Daylight. Not saying that because I'm a hashtag official DbD creator.
Officially endorsed by behavior. Yeah.
Officially endorsed by behavior. To an extent, probably. I don't know. You've been playing this game for a while.
Mhm.
You've had a lot of experiences, a lot of memorable ones. What would you say is, if you had to choose one thing at the very top, what is your most memorable experience you've ever had with DbD?
The most memorable experience. That's like asking you what my favorite movie is. Like I'm sure I have one. I just can't come up with it on the spot, you know?
Yeah.
But my favorite memory, it has to be something content creation related for sure. Because I mean, that's all I do in this game.
Well, do you have a favorite video that you've made then?
A favorite video that I've made. Oh my god, you're just putting me on the spot so hard. I don't really think of those things.
That's kind of the idea, yeah.
I am on the spot, yeah. I think it's easier for me to name seasons of my life in DbD content creation than a video or a memory in specific. My favorite season of my DbD content creation like journey was, of course, learning from the best, right? Like I feel like I always go back to this, but it was really like the thing that put me out there as a content creator, and it was such a nice phase in my life, like feeling like I'm creating something that people are enjoying, and I'm like exploring the scheme deeply, and people are excited for it, and every day just felt cool. Like whenever I'm about to record an episode, I'd like shout it out for people, and people were excited to see it. Now, there was always the downside of people being like, no, you should have gotten this guy for this episode, but it was usually a very nice experience. So that was my favorite season.
It's funny because I actually like just got a comment like that today. I'm like, dude, there's hundreds of people that play these killers. There's not one that everyone's gonna be satisfied about. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's impossible.
Yeah, I don't think that's necessarily like a downside. I think it's just kind of more the richness of our community and how many people there are and how many good options there can be. And I like to think of it more as an uplifting thing rather than like a, oh, well, screw that guy, you know?
Mm. I think my favorite memory is hard to say because my journey in this game has always felt like a steady line going up, right? So I don't like reminisce about old times when it comes to this. I've just always been on the up, and I've always been excited for whatever I'm gonna make next. So, cause I've been really lucky, and I don't take it for granted at all. Like I know people hate when I say this. They're like, of course I had to put in work and time and sweat, blood and tears, but there is a very huge aspect of luck. It's just about being prepared for when luck comes, right? So I've been really lucky to keep it going, and I'm always worried that, you know, tomorrow it's going to fall off, but it hasn't so far.
Contrary to popular belief, Puffalope, my goat, has not fallen off. That's what we like to hear.
Not yet, not yet.
So you have like favorite aspects of your time as a creator and playing the game and all of that, but would you say there is a favorite meta in the actual game itself that was your favorite because of a specific perk or an interaction or a killer release or something? Like what was your favorite time to actually play Dead by Daylight?
You're going to hate me for this, and I'm sure a lot of...
If you say Cobb Eruption, I gotta kick your ass.
No. Okay, so nowadays I'm more of a 50-50 player, but back in the day I was a hardcore survivor main, and this answer is gonna bring back some old memories for you, but I loved old DH and Made for This. That combo...
Oh my god, bro.
It just felt so nice. It felt like I was so much better at the game than I actually was. I just had so much fun. Also, like all the like flashlight save timings, locker saves and stuff. I never swift really. I've always played solo queue, so I didn't really enjoy that time because I never really played with anyone. Because I am a unicorn in the sense that like I make videos in English and I'm Brazilian. I live in Brazil, so it was always hard for me to make videos with other people because I would either be on high MS or playing with someone that doesn't know how to speak English. Because most of the people that I played with didn't speak English. It's been a lonely journey, but my favorite meta was the one that involved those like skill expressive things and Made for This, which wasn't very skill expressive. I made a video defending it back in the day, but
oh my god, bruh.
I see the ways in which it was broken now. Okay, I understand it.
W character growth.
So I retract my statements from 2 years ago. Yes.
Well, I guess that kind of covers the what your favorite perk was thing.
Well, it's never been my favorite perk.
Okay. Well, now that MFT and Dead Hard are no longer the way that they were when they first came out, what would you say your favorite perk is now?
My favorite perk now, and it's been this one forever now, is Fixated. I don't think people realize just how much this perk does. Like if you actually use it well. Are you aware of what it does?
Walking faster and seeing your own scratch marks.
Yeah, but do you know what it's actually used for?
I do not know.
Oh, you know what shift stacking is?
Breaking chase, yeah.
Yeah, and Fixated has some properties. Like, did you know that you can walk and get a fast vault with Fixated without ever running?
I didn't know, actually.
You can do that. You can use it to check spot in many different tiles. It just feels like you're a superhuman when you have fixated equipped. People always ask me why I have fixated in my build when I don't have any like exhaustion perks.
Fixated being your favorite perk, and it's just feeling like superhuman type deal, and that's kind of like the top perk of all things. But if we're going to kind of to the bottom of things, what would you say your biggest issue with the game is right now, if there's like something fundamentally that you disagree with?
I mean, I don't like the direction that behavior is going with the updates in general. I think this idea, and you know, there are caveats to this, of course, but I don't like the idea of removing skill expression from the game in any way, shape, or form is the way to make the game succeed. Because I genuinely think that one of the things that makes DbD stand out is the fact that it's an asymmetrical horror game that has skill expression built in. Every other game that failed, they had many other things that caused them to fail, but a lot of them, they lean too much into it's just a party game. Like, and you can't learn anything. You can put 100 hours in the game and you're not going to see any real difference between your gameplay. And DbD is not like that. And for a while now, they've been trying to remove skill expression from the game so hard that it's getting to a point where the game's going to play itself and it's actually going to be a party game. My biggest issue is that they can keep doing all these things. Bro, bring the anti-tunnel into the game, the anti-camp, bring all of this shit on a separate queue. Make a casual and ranked queue. All the problems are fixed. The game is saved. I'm sorry, that's all it takes.
People will get mad about split queue no matter what, but I think with the new-ish 2v8 thing, where you can like play while you wait type deal, you can be like, okay, here's the casual queue, and then like it'll load you in, then you'll get priority in the comp queue or whatever.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm not a game designer. I don't know if that would work, but ideas and all that. I think I'm okay at giving out ideas. I have those from time to time. I've made like...
I have a delusional take about that.
Oh, I love hearing delusional takes.
I think ranked DbD would be so good that the amount of players that would come into the game and come back to the game and the player count would increase so much that it would offset the split queue problem.
Okay, I guess we'll see one day if they do it then.
I think it would be the single biggest update in the history of DbD.
Bigger than...
Even bigger than FNAF. Maybe not like boom effect like FNAF had. Maybe not like an insta 100k, but the player count increase would be gigantic. Can you imagine if the Dead by Daylight category on Twitch had people grinding ranked for like 10 hours instead of fucking around on whichever role, winning 90% of the killer games and fucking playing against baby killers on Survivor? Instead of doing that, they would be grinding ranked. There would actually be meaning to the games and different creators would like face each other. It would be so crazy. It would be so good for the game.
It would be pretty good, yeah. I'm being sold on it. Not necessarily... Yeah, I can see the vision, at least. I can see the vision. I don't know. Those games where you can grind rank, let me tell you,
They get you.
people really like those ones, let me tell you. Listen, I played League for a while. I'm never going back, but like I get it. I understand. I promise you. Actually, like speaking of League of Legends, like people are always going to be curious because the whole joke about Dead by Daylight is that it's like a years old bit at this point. Matthew Cote is like, well, have you guys tried playing other games? You tried Civ 5? I assume, I mean, I know, but I assume you play other games outside of Dead by Daylight. What is your real like go-to when you're not on?
I mean, ever since gaming became my job, gaming has lost all meaning for me. Guys, if you're listening to this and you're thinking of being a content creator, just know there are sacrifices. This is the easiest job in the world. Don't let anyone else tell you otherwise. Okay, yes, it takes a certain kind of brain and work, but it is easy. Sitting at home playing video games, that's not the whole job, okay? But that is part of the job. It's easy. But it takes away from your enjoyment of games forever. Forever. If I'm not streaming and I'm playing a game, I'm not enjoying it. But there is one game that I really enjoy off stream, and horceror knows about it. It's RuneScape. I've played ever since I was 8 years old, I think. I play it until today. Like, I play it today, even I don't know. It's the greatest game of all time.
I really fuck with number go up, so yeah, absolutely. I love number go up. It's fun. It's whimsical. Old school, though.
Yeah. I did sink a solid, like, 20,000 hours into League of Legends.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, so am I.
But you're clean now. Totally.
Yeah, I play TFTA every once in a while, but...
Yeah, it's just kind of one of those games where, like, listen, every time someone's like, oh, DbD is the worst community in gaming, bro, be so for real with me right now. Every time I hear that, I'm like, okay, that's I've only played Dead by Daylight ever.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's plenty of people like you can enjoy games like this, but like Overwatch, Marvel Rivals, League of Legends. Like the last time I played Overwatch on comms, this was a long time ago because I'm gonna say Overwatch 1. But like I was literally in ranked. I'm playing with a 5-stack on my team, and they all call me slurs. I'm like, okay, awesome. Not gonna play this anymore.
It is a common experience, yes.
Like DbD, for better and for worse, is not like, I'm not saying there's not bad eggs. I'm not saying there's not bad apples. I'm not glossing over that. But comparatively, DbD is awesome, community-wise.
DbD is Candyland in comparison to League of Legends. I mean, I would even say that the bad apples are more than likely League of Legends players. I'd say that the root of all toxicity on the internet in video games in general came from League of Legends.
Oh, wow. All of it? Not even like a single bit elsewhere?
I mean, even in CS:GO, bro, I don't think people will literally threaten to murder you and put your address in the chat if you play badly, like they do in League of Legends.
Yeah, I'm clean from League though, and legitimately quitting MOBAs has made me a better person. Not even a bit. Like I won't play Dota, I won't play Heroes of the Storm, I won't play Deadlock, I won't play Smite. Like I think inherently like MOBAs just are not good for my brain. So I moved on. I play the Nemesis, I tunnel at 5, and I've never been more free.
I think DbD is great for that as well. DbD, it feels weird saying this because DbD is a game that you have to sink thousands of hours into to actually be good. But to be good enough to beat most players that you go against, you don't have to invest too many hours into the game. So you can have the power trip very early. Also, there's so many broken things you can do in this game.
Just play Nurse.
Yeah, nowhere to hide, lethal pursuer, Nurse. You can have the craziest power trip of your life immediately. It's a good game if you want to lay back and still win.
Yeah. And I know since you are a little bit more of someone who operates in phases on what you really play, but when you are on the survivor role, or you have an idea for that, and let's just say complete vacuum, you're playing against a killer, if you could choose, what would be your favorite killer to go against?
Oh, Bubba. Easily. Well, either Bubba or Wraith.
And what do you think like makes a character design enjoyable for you to play against this killer?
I think Wraith is the most misunderstood killer in the entire game. And this doesn't work out for the killer, hence why Wraith is a weaker killer. But killers that have this back and forth, like whoever has the most knowledge and whoever plays better wins, is awesome for me. Because Wraith is always a knowledge check. You can tell immediately if someone knows how to play against Wraith, and you can tell immediately if the Wraith knows how to play Wraith, like instantly. There are very few killers in the game like that. I think it's like Wraith, Demogorgon, and Billy are the 3 only killers you can just instantly tell the difference between like the skill level immediately against and as the character. I think those are the greatest killers in the game. Bubba is just so funny. Like they put something in Bubba players' water, bro. I swear. they are all like unique.
Bubba players are just fun. He's just like the human personification of like that one Family Guy bit where it's like he's just bumbling around and he occasionally cuts you in half, you know, like completely reasonable. It happens sometimes.
Yeah, Bubbas are awesome.
And what do you think makes a power design for those killers good, or just like in general? What is your favorite power design in the game? Not necessarily like killer design as in like, well, you can tell if they're good or not, but do you think there's something that's just made really, really well and you're like, yeah, this is probably like, this is pretty peak?
I'd say it's between Dracula and Wesker for me, between like the most well-designed killers in the game, because they're both oppressive on the right hands, but they're also counterable to a certain extent. Dracula, not so much anymore. Dracula is kind of all up in your face right now. He just does the Hellfire is just way too fast. The wolf nerfs were good, but not enough. So the character now is just all up in your face. But for the longest time, and especially if you're playing against a mid Dracula player, there's so much interesting things going on. Like having to worry about 3 different forms on Dracula, for example, where every form there's different counterplay. I think that's super interesting. I can't think of better power design than something that like there's always this back and forth, right? Like the survivor has to know what to do against 3 different forms, and there's always a choice. Like the killer can make one of 3 choices in chase, and you have to know how to counter the 3 choices. And then Wesker is just a basic bread and butter dash killer, which a lot of people don't like, but I think Wesker is the most fair iteration of a dash killer in the game, where like if you don't know about the in-depth mechanics of Wesker, you can still perform, but to kill certain players, you have to know those things. So I think that's just really cool.
I mean, Wesker's popular for a reason. He's got a lot of stuff. He's got good design. He's fun to play against. He's popular license. Like
That's arguable, but hey, that's okay.
I mean, maybe it is arguable, and maybe that's something that I have a misconception about. In the game of Dead by Daylight, there's plenty of things that people don't know, due there being over 40 killers, like hundreds of characters, hundreds of perks, dozens of maps. What do you think like the biggest misconception about Dead by Daylight the community has is?
That it's a party game. DbD's been a competitive game for the longest time now. It's impossible to argue otherwise. You want to fight me on that?
No, I don't disagree. I mean, if you can elaborate, but I'm just kind of sitting here like, I'm just sitting here, my hands crossed, like nodding, like, yeah, tell him, let him know.
I went through phases, okay? Like when I was learning the game, I was like, yeah, any game that's PvP is inherently competitive. And like I went back to this idea now, but like, and then I had a time in between that was like, but if one side can abuse one thing and there's no counterplay for the other side, is it really competitive? And then I found out about competitive DbD, and you find out things that increase your likelihood of winning so much that it ends up just being a skill issue whenever you die or whenever you lose a game. I think especially on killer, I think too many people are too hasty to blame the game over their own skill exclusively on killer, it feels like. Because survivors, I think the survivor role in general has more bitchy players, like they just complain about everything. But those are like the super casual, never plays the other role players, right? I think the people that only play killer, they have this idea that cannot be proven wrong because there's no rank system in the game telling them that they suck. But they're like, yeah, I've invested 5,000 hours in this game. I must be good. So whenever I'm losing, it's the game's fault. When those 5,000 hours were never actually used to learn. Killer has so much power, save exceptions. Like if you're playing Legion, of course not. There's no skill expression there. Like there's nothing. But a lot of your games, you lose to your own lack of skill. And when people look at this game and they want to balance it around those players, it's problematic because those are the players that are unwilling to learn. And that goes back to my point of taking away skill expression from the game. If people just took the time to learn, and if resources were more easily available to learn, they would have so much more fun in the game. I've never had more fun than when I learned that all along I just fucking sucked. And I still do.
Well, if someone didn't want to suck and they were starting up DbD for the first time, or even like they've been one-tricking one role and they haven't really gotten any experience in the other one, where would you start to not be like you and where you still suck? What would you tell a new player trying to get into Dead by Daylight for the first time?
Okay, if you're playing Nemesis, you never click the M1 button, for example.
True.
Playing Pyramid Head for the longest time, just accept that you're going to lose and never press the M1 button. On any killer that has a consistent M2 ability, never press the M1 button. Never. And then learn how to chase, learn how to move your character properly. Learn what mind games work and when you're just looking like a dumbass, shaking your camera on loops. Learn tiles in the game, how they function, which tile is safe, which tiles you should chase at certain points of the game. And every time you lose, don't just like look at the endgame screen and be like, bro, but they had 4 DS, 4 DH, bro. Like, how am I supposed to win with my low tier? No, man. Even if they have all the shit, it's your fault. Look at it like that. That's how you improve.
A lobby with 4 DSs is only 4 more people to tunnel. Remember that. If you're not getting hit by all 4 DSs, you're doing something wrong.
If you love tunneling, you love DS because you get to just do it more.
It's true. Like I catch them and then I get to chase them again. It's the Nemesis experience. I'm like, well, you can't be mad at me for tunneling because I only saw one of these decisive strikes. I don't know what to tell you.
What do you think about DS? Do you think it's balanced?
I think it's fine. Whatever.
I think DS is abusable, but it's okay.
I mean, yeah, but like that's just like a whole can of worms I'm not trying to open because if we go like, well, it can be abused. It can be abused. Then like we're getting rid of everything in the game.
Yeah, that's true.
Because everything has a situation when it really like, oh my god, this toxic killer is abusing Shattered Hope against my 4 Boon Swift. Like, I fucking guess, yeah. Like sometimes perks need a chance to shine, and some just shine more than others. I think that's a losing battle if you try to make every perk like not abusable ever.
Yeah, and it's impossible. DbD just has too many variables, right?
Because it's a party game. Right?
Yeah, see, that's exactly what I was trying to say. Like, there's too many variables for the game to not be a party game. But then, if there's a game where a player can win most of his matches, and it's not due to luck, and it's not due to abusing the variables, it's pure skill, then it can't be a party game. It's inherently competitive. It's like when people say that TFT is not competitive because there's RNG, but the skill expression in TFT, I mean, and if people listening to this don't play TFT, this is not going to make any sense. Like, top fouring is the way to showcase your skill and not just being first place every time. I think it's the same idea for DbD. Like, I think if you're playing Perkless Legion for a challenge and you're playing against a very coordinated 4-stack on a bad map and you get 6 hooks, I think you did really well. I think not many people could have done what you did, and you should look at it as the best possible results you could have gotten in that situation. So if you can do better than a different Legion player in that same setting, then it's competitive.
Exactly. Yeah. Like, I've had situations where I play literal comp teams on a horrendous map and I get like 5 hooks and I'm like, you know what? That's pretty good.
Yeah.
These guys like 4 out the nurse, you know? Like, I'm feeling all right about myself.
Going back to what I was saying earlier, when I say that it's always your fault when you lose on Keller, that's not literal. There will be games where it's completely outside of your control to win the game. Okay, but I don't want you having that mindset. I think people are too fast to go to that mindset. Again, if you're playing a lower tier killer and you're playing against players that know death spots, they're dying in the right spots, your character can't traverse the map, you are gonna lose, okay? But you're not playing against that team every game. And you shouldn't look at every game the same way you would look at a game like that, because it's mostly your fault.
And most players are casuals. There's nothing wrong with that, let me be clear. But you are not going to run into the 4 Compe Swift every single game. You're probably going to run into, you know, Ami 2-timer who works down at the diner.
It depends on how good the quote-unquote comp players that you're going against are as well. There's a lot of comp wannabes that are just horrible players that you can easily curb stomp if you just put in some effort. Actually, the most popular video on my second channel is a game where I beat a wannabe comp team on Dracula.
Okay, nice.
Those are the games where you're going to get the most satisfaction out of winning.
I love playing good players for that reason, because one of my most recent videos as well was against like a Swift that had like 33,000 hours combined, which in normal terms is a lot.
Very unemployed.
I mean, I can't say shit. I have 6,000 hours in this game, so like, you know, pot calling the kettle black type shit. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. Like, that's over like 9 years, you know. That's fine. That's a main game. Like, that's whatever, you know. So kind of with like the having a popular video on a second channel type deal being a different type of content, I would say, and one that did well, like, what would you say has been your favorite collaboration to do, or your favorite tournament to play in, or your favorite charity event to be a part of? Just like when it comes to, you know, teaming up with other creators, and we've been glazing other creators like this whole episode, but what has been your favorite thing that you've done with somebody else? Don't say this because that's such a kiss-ass answer.
Well, then in second place, I would say...
Okay, man. Okay.
I don't like picking favorites because, like, I've done so many collabs, and if I pick one of them, then, you know, I don't want people thinking that I don't like the other people.
I mean, you already picked one. It was me, obviously, but...
Yeah, I mean, other than you. But, like, I have to say, and this is just being honest, Hens has always been my favorite creator. Like, ever since Hens has been making videos, I've been watching him. He was my biggest inspiration. And when I made the video with Hens, I was, like, all shaky and stuff. And Hens was like, bro, you were gonna surpass me. Your videos are so good. When I heard that coming from him, it was just the highlight of my time on YouTube. And then after that, we just became friends. Like, we are just casually friends now, even outside of content creation. And I think that was just the single most cool thing that happened to me. If he hears me saying this, is going to be awkward. Because I tell him this all the time as well, but it's true. Like, he was my biggest inspiration, and we ended up becoming friends after the video that we made. So that one has to rank pretty high. But everyone that I've had and did collabs with had a different type of chemistry with me, and it's hard to pick a favorite one. Hens is just like, he was already one of my favorite creators, so having him on was just a special occasion, right?
Yeah, I mean, I also got to talk to Hens for one of these, and like, we spent like an entire like 5-minute section just glazing Pixel Bush, so I think he's just kind of a genuine dude. I usually just ask like, who is your favorite content creator and why? Or like, who do you think is underrated? And he's like, yeah, I think Pixel Bush is kind of underrated, because like, when I want to like learn about the DB lore, like, I'll go watch a fucking 4-hour Pixel Bush video. I mean, this series is just kind of cool in general too, because I can see how genuine people are. I think it's neat.
Yeah, it's because you see, for people that maybe don't post as much as I do, you see a more sanitized version of them. I mean, like you see the version of them that they want you to see, and then you see the real person, and sometimes you're disappointed, but sometimes you're happy, you know?
Yeah, and not to glaze myself, but I've always just been like, I can't do a character. I think that's very tiring, and the people that can, like, more power to you, absolutely. But like my stream, my videos, this, like, it's just me. I promise you. Like, I'm not changing much.
Mm-hmm.
So with changing much, I did kind of briefly talk about this with other people and just how Dead by Daylight's been changing, of course, with like licenses and originals. But do you think that Behavior has done a good job maintaining a balance with both of them? And do you have a specific license chapter you might want to bring to the game in the future that maybe or maybe isn't necessarily horror? Like, do you think the whole Dead by Daylight being the Fortnite of horror thing holds weight?
It definitely holds the bag for Behavior, I would say. So depending on how heavy the bag is, then I would say it does hold weight. But I do like, and we were just talking about Pixel Bush. I also love Pixel Bush's videos. It was a really cool collab to have him on as well. The Pixel Bush episode, I could tell he had no fucking idea who I was. He was so hesitant because it was just this Survivor creator, and it was a special episode, that one as well. But I think he's an awesome creator, and I got my opinion about this from him. So I just want to make sure that I say that. I don't want to paraphrase him without giving him credit. But I think like the way Behavior is doing the chapters, like the license chapters, is too revenue focused and not horror focused. Like they're skipping over very important horror licenses to get stuff like Kaneki in the game because it's more popular. And I think that's kind of a problem because I think people look at DbD not as a Fortnite of horror, but like a Hall of Fame for horror. And, you know, having a game have Kaneki in it and not have Jason, for example. And I'm sure they've been trying for the longest time to get Jason. I'm not going to take that away from them. I'm sure it's a very hard process. But yeah, I'd love to see non-horror characters like Darth Vader in the game. I think it would be really cool because I'm a big Star Wars fan. But I think that should happen after we get the actual horror characters in the game.
It's like we gotta eat our dinner before we have dessert type deal.
Yeah. And I got that entirely from Pixel Bush, okay?
Yeah, no, I've literally heard him say like because I'm like friends with Pixel Bush now, which is really cool. And like he will like sometimes he will just monologue, and like I don't mean that in a bad way, don't get me wrong. Like we'll be talking about something and he's just like a very passionate man, and he will just like talk about these things, and like I mean obviously you guys know Pixel Bush, like you know he's fantastic to listen to, but like he will just talk about things. Like his video style and his like speaking style, like they are very close to one another. And I think I have legitimately heard the revenue discussion like 1-to-1 in a Discord call that I was just like chilling in. So that's actually really funny.
Yeah, and I mean you can't really fault Behavior for this because making money is good and companies are money oriented, and people forget that companies don't care about you. They want to make money. That's their end goal. So sometimes the interests align, right? Like the cool things also make the most money, so they do it. But if things are not making money, they're not gonna do it. I think too many people are innocent enough to think that Behavior actually cares about things. I care so much about this specific thing, so I'm gonna do this at the detriment of my revenue. That's never gonna happen for any company, ever. Never gonna happen.
That's not saying that like the game devs don't care. It's just like the corporate entity known as Behavior does not care about you.
Yeah.
The people in it, absolutely. Like game devs, community devs, like they're awesome. They're great.
No one person has enough power for their caring to matter, you know?
Yeah.
So eventually, or all the time, I think with Behavior, #DbD creator, they put money over the cool things. And I think that's okay. I mean, that I also put money over a lot of things when I make videos for my main channel, you know? Like sometimes I'm not very proud of the videos that I'm creating, but I know they're going to do well. Like I don't want to make Best Survivor Builds episode 7, but I do it. So it'd be hypocritical of me. Can I just mention something else? When you were asking me about my favorite creator, you just assumed it would be Hens, and Hens would be up there. But I would say the most consistent creator that I've watched like throughout my time in DbD has been Scott Jund. Scott makes easy to digest videos, and it's always like he's a nice guy to listen to. So I don't think I've missed a single upload for the past 3 years. I'm not kidding.
All right.
I still don't think he even knows who I am.
I actually have a Scott story too, which is fucking crazy for me. I'm not gonna lie, because like this was back in like 2024, right? Like we're almost about to go into 2026, so this was like a bit ago, right? But I was struggling with my Stars of the Fog series because I still had like a few killers that I couldn't really find anyone for, and this was the first like iteration of me just tweeting like a fucking picture of the killer and being like, hey guys, I don't know who to get for this. Do you have any ideas? And then fucking Scott Jund is like, oh yeah, I love Wraith. I'll talk about him. I'm like, what? Like I didn't even have the audacity to like go message big creators at that point because I was still just like, I was just like, I don't want to bother anyone. And like that was like legitimately kind of a jump scare in my notifications. But yeah, he's very cool, very chill, nice. Like he was nice to talk to about Wraith. He did know his shit. It was not a bit. He knew what he was talking about, and I think that's cool because like when you think of Scott Jund, you don't really think of like, oh yeah, the Wraith guy, you know? Like he's just like the DbD guy, and I think it's.
Can I ask you something? I'm curious. Do you think people that don't know or care to watch my content think that I'm just like another Survivor content creator, another loud Survivor content creator?
I have no idea what other people think because I am not them.
Sometimes I get that impression. Maybe I am just a loud Survivor content creator. Maybe I try too hard not to be, but I fail at that.
I think you're overthinking it. I enjoy. Are you just having like a fucking like midlife crisis in the middle of this call?
No. It's because there's still like a portion of the community that I feel like I still haven't reached, right? And there's some people that I just assume don't like me because yes, they have that impression of me. It's an insecurity that I have because I used to be a loud Survivor content creator, which I mean, I guess I still am, bro. I don't know why I'm bothered by that. It's because my second channel is just show stream clips, right? And it's supposed to be shit posts, but my second channel got too popular.
Like Ots did that too. So I just think it's a fun part of content creation is you never really know what way it's going to go. I mean, like you can know within a reasonable amount when you're a creator, like how a video is going to do, but you never know what's going to be like an evergreen, as you are the one that actually introduced me to that phrase, which is really cool. And then I put one out with the Nemesis Guide, so such is life. But when you aren't making content for DbD, how much DbD do you really play at all, if any?
Oh, pretty much nothing.
That seems to be kind of a common occurrence between everyone that I've asked this question because it's like, well, I'm already streaming, I'm already editing, it's like, I can do other shit when I'm not, you know, doing all that.
Yeah. I mean, I have phases. Like sometimes I'm just like enjoying a killer so much that I play it off stream. I've recently been recording off stream as well. I don't know if that counts.
I mean, maybe like a little bit, but
I basically play 0 DbD if I'm not streaming.
Yeah, I mean, I do play 0 DbD when I'm not streaming, unless I'm like opening the client to get screenshots of an outfit or something.
But this is not true for every creator, by the way. I know Aaron plays so much DbD off stream. He genuinely enjoys the game. Like every time I see him, because we have a group on RuneScape, and he randomly just starts sharing screen playing DbD, and it's just like I don't understand that because he has like 15,000 hours in the game and he plays it off stream. Like maybe I'm the one that's in the wrong here because he's very successful. Maybe that's part of it.
I think you're reading into it. I think that was just more so people like different things at different levels. That's just how humans work. It's fun. But yeah, like I think the extent of it for me is just I will open the game to get a screenshot for a video and then I will close the game. And I don't know, just like a one-off question, I guess. What would you say are your favorite cosmetics in the game for like the killer role and the survivor role?
No, I mean the pink hair Nia has to be my all-time favorite.
Of course.
But killer role. For the killer role, my favorite killer cosmetic. There's probably an easy answer. I just don't have the game open. God. Milkman Billy, maybe?
Okay.
I'm not big into cosmetics.
Yeah, you just got your pink hair. You're like, damn, that's iconic, and then moved on.
There's a funny story about that as well.
I would actually like to hear that.
There's another creator, Fear, that used to use pretty much the same exact outfit as me, and he didn't get it from me. It was just he had the same idea. But such is life, I became a more popular creator, and then every single time he would post a TikTok or anything, the comments would be flooded with "You're not Puffalope, little bro. Bro's trying to be Puffalope." So much that he decided to change his fit, and I felt so bad because I can't control that. It just kind of happened.
Oh my god. You robbed this man. You took his entire deal.
All because of the fucking pink hair needles, bro.
That is crazy.
And I don't even use the skin anymore. It just became my thing.
You don't use the skin? What? My whole life is a lie. I can't believe this. Except every time I check your stream, you don't have it on. Oh, weird.
And it's funny that the creator's name is Fear because people say that I sound like a Fortnite creator named Fearless. So I'm just surrounded by fear, is what it feels like.
Yeah.
Maybe I will be dead by daylight if I don't take care of myself.
The authors for this season of YouTube are getting really lazy, man. I don't know what to tell you. Like, come on, man. Like, he said he's surrounded by fear. He said his favorite character is Darth Vader. He sounds like Fearless. Come on, guys. Like, at least give the audience something to work with here. Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm trying.
So we've both been playing DbD for quite some time, like a little 4 or 5 years at this point, which, you know, compared to people that have 10, not as much, obviously, but been playing for a while. We have thousands and thousands and thousands of hours, and the game has been going for a long time. Even this year, while, yes, technically, like the last half of the year of 2025's updates weren't too awesome, that's understating it. If you know, then you know. But we did have our highest successful year when it comes to a brand new highest player count, and just in general, DbD's line graph is just trending upwards in the grand scheme of things always. But for you, how long do you think Dead by Daylight will actually last before it, like, dies, if at all?
That's so hard to predict. I think it's kind of like, I don't think anyone actually has the answer. I do think that, like, if we're going to orchestrate the end of DbD, like, we got to think of the things that have to happen in order for the death of DbD to happen. I would say, first of all, like, dawn of the first day of the ending of DbD, it would have to be competition. Like, a banger game comes out and it doesn't die within the first 3 months. That's the first thing that has to happen. Yeah, DbD has competition. Now you don't have to only play DbD when you want to get the DbD itch. Then behavior has to fuck up. I mean, they've fucked up so many times in a row that I don't even know how many times they would have to fuck up in a row for the game to actually die. Maybe with competition, a few fuck ups would be too much. Because I feel like once the player count starts going down, it's very hard to pick it back up without something massive. So I'd say those are the two, like, fundamentals for DbD to die. And the content creators for this game are so awesome, bro. Especially this, what's his name? Puffalope guy. They're awesome.
Hashtag DbD creator.
They're not going to let the game die. They're not going to let the game die.
Yeah, I really enjoy being a creator. I think it's fun. But like we have a lot of passionate people. Like, you could check from any of these, like, series like Stars of the Fog or the ripoff of Learning from the Best, you know, like, there's a lot of passionate creators out there for DbD.
No. Yes, there are. And while there's passionate people, the game can't die.
I would be so funny if, like, you do a Learning from the Best and someone says this is a ripoff of horceror's content. That would be that would make my week. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, so it would kind of take a lot for Dead by Daylight to actually die. It wouldn't be something that could just be like, oh well, one bad patch, bye guys. Because we have passionate devs, passionate creators, passionate players. Like, there's a lot of passion in this game. That's why people complain a lot, is because we do, at its core, no matter what you might think, we love Dead by Daylight. But for you, Puff, what would make you quit the game for good?
Okay, there's the real answer, and then there's the performative answer. Which one should I go first?
How about you tell me both of them and I'll try to discern which one is which?
Once the money dries up, or when all the skill expression has actually left the game and the game just plays itself and there's no more, you know, funny things to do, or not funny, well, the skill expressive things to do, yeah.
Yeah, okay. I think those are completely reasonable answers, yeah.
Which one is the performative one?
When the money dries up?
No.
What the fuck?
That's the real one.
Okay, man. All right, man. Well, my goat's not washed, so that golden goose will keep laying. Don't you worry.
Yep.
And my last one for the whole thing, I suppose. What is your ultimate end game with content? Like, is there a white whale for you that you are chasing that you really want to accomplish in your career as a creator?
Yes. I mean, what I've realized is that content creation is my life. Like, everyone's gonna have that one thing that gives their lives meaning. Like, once you have the existential crisis of why the fuck am I in this world, nothing really matters because you just die in the end. But everyone has that one thing that makes it make sense. And I found, and I mean, this is so corny. This is like, what? I found that mine is content creation, definitely. Like, I've always said that, like, my specs in real life. Like if you were specking me, it would be weird because I'm a social person, but I also don't leave my house. The only thing that I could possibly succeed at is content creation. The only thing I would ever be successful at if I didn't practice any other thing, which I haven't. I'm 25 years old. I don't know how to do anything other than make videos. So my end game is being Ryan Trahan. You know who he is?
I'm not familiar now.
He makes the videos that I want to make. He lives the life that I want to live, and I love him.
All right.
So if anyone knows who he is, you should. You know him. He makes some like random ass interesting videos. He just comes up with something in real life and just does it, and it's awesome. Like he travels to different countries to do it, like visiting every McDonald's in Europe or some shit like that. It's just cool, and he's a very charismatic guy, and I want to be him.
Hell yeah. I mean, it's always cool to have role models and be like, damn, I'm gonna do that. And you know what? I think you will do that. I think you will get to be that guy. You will be that guy, pal.
Thank you.
Well, that's kind of all I have here for you. You know, I want to thank you again for coming on and being part of Stars of the Fog and kind of wrapping up the circle journey, I suppose, considering our very first meeting was you interviewing me, and now other side of the table.
Yeah, poetic, very poetic. What goes around comes around.
I have my moments poetically. I have a few singers here and there I've heard. So now just the end. I'm sure we've been here at this point, but if you just want to give everyone all your links, all of the socials where they can find you if they want to experience more Puffalope content, the guy that is not ripping off the Stars of the Fog.
I got the whole idea from you, bro. I've been hesitant to say that.
Oh man, that time machine must be crazy.
I mean, it's Puffalope, guys. You know who I am. Stop pretending you're not a fan, okay? I don't have to shout anything out.
All right, man. Let's be a little humble.
So yeah, I'm on YouTube, Twitch, guys, Twitter sometimes, very rarely. I'm on Instagram too. You can see my face there if you want. It's Puffalope everywhere. No, I think it's Puffalope DbD on Instagram, and it's also Puffalope DbD on Twitter, but it's Puffalope on YouTube and Twitch.
Hell yeah, man. And everyone being here, thank you so much for your support. I appreciate your watching. I appreciate your listening.
Do like and subscribe.
Don't forget to do the like and subscribe. I forget to put that in every video, but like, do that. It helps me a lot. I appreciate it very much. And thank you for being here. Hope you have a lovely rest of your day, morning, noon, evening, night, whatever it might be, wherever it might be, whenever it might be. And I hope to see you in the next one. So I will catch you later, and bye-bye.
Bye.